Hey guys, welcome back to The Binger. In a few months, Frozen 2 will be unleashed upon the world, and we just can't wait. For what feels like the first time in forever, we may finally get some answers to the questions raised in the original movie. Are Anna and Elsa's parents really gone? Will Anna marry Kristoff? Will Elsa find love? And most importantly, just how did Elsa get her powers? Join us as we take a look at some theories which could explain where Elsa's ice magic came from. You may be surprised at some of what we found. Number 1. It's a family thing. This might be one of the simplest theories out there, but it still opens up a whole lot of possibilities. The 2013 movie throws around a lot of hints about how much Elsa's parents know about her powers, but ultimately leaves it up to us to speculate. When her parents take her to visit the trolls, they tell them that she was born with her powers. We also catch a glimpse of a book full of ancient Nordic runes that shows a picture of a person with the same sort of powers. It appears that the book has been handed down throughout the years, which could be evidence that magic is in Elsa's genes and not a random thing that happened out of the blue. So if Elsa was born with her magic, there might be something in her family lineage that has been passed down to her. Most of us might get our dad's eyes or our mom's nose, but Elsa got terrifying ice powers that she didn't know how to control. No big deal. If the theory is true and Elsa's powers came from her parents, fans might see her get a new level of accepting herself from knowing more about who her family really is. That could also bode well for the second movie, as it's been suggested that Anna will discover that she has powers of her own, although of a very different kind. Number 2. She's part troll. As we've already mentioned, the trolls seem to be the experts on Elsa's condition. They do what they can to cure Anna when Elsa accidentally hurts her as a child, and are generally into all that abracadabra stuff. What if the trolls are somehow distantly related to the king and queen of Arendelle, and that's how Elsa inherited her powers? It might explain a few things, like why the trolls seem to be so familiar with the royal family, and why they're so keen for Kristoff to marry Anna when they meet her. Kristoff was raised by them, but isn't related to them by blood. So in the grand Disney movie tradition of nepotism, of course, they would want him to marry Anna if the theory was true. Plus, if the trolls have a close relationship with a human now, then one could have been close to another human before. Real close if you catch our drift. If that seems a little too nuts to be true, just remember that this is a world where a girl can shoot ice out of her hands and a snowman can survive in the summer. Think about it. Does ice magic came from? You may be surprised at some of what we found. Number 3. She's a cursed child. No, we're not talking about Harry Potter. We've seen a lot of Disney classics that involve curses over the years. There was Snow White, who ate a poisoned apple and fell into a deep sleep, and Sleeping Beauty, who pricked her finger and, well, fell into a deep sleep. Plus, let's not forget about the poor genie in Aladdin who was trapped in the lamp for 10,000 years. Talk about torture. While there aren't any spell-induced comas in Frozen, that doesn't mean there isn't a hex or two flying around. Kings and queens usually manage to make some enemies over the years, so it wouldn't be surprising if Elsa's parents crossed the wrong person at some point and their daughter's powers weren't inherited at all. The trolls also asked them if she was born or cursed, implying that it was one or the other. If it turned out that it was a curse after all, could there be a cure for Elsa out there? Would she even want one now that she's managed to control her abilities? And if someone else is behind it, could they also be responsible for the king and queen's untimely passing at sea? If they really are gone, that is. Number 4. It's part of a prophecy. We all like a good old prophecy, don't we? Think back to Disney's Sword in the Stone and the moment that King Arthur claims Excalibur. So what if Elsa is really part of a much bigger plan that has yet to fully unfold? When screenwriter Jennifer Lee was quizzed on the origin of Elsa's powers, she admitted that it was definitely a possibility that she had considered, saying, "At times we had a narration by a troll, who used to have a Brooklyn accent. We had this whole explanation like, when Saturn is in this alignment on the 1000th year, a child will be born." It's a cool plotline, but it was left out of the 2013 movie, presumably to keep us guessing. But that doesn't mean that we won't see it used some other way in the sequel though. It's exciting to think that Elsa and Anna may be guided by a destiny much bigger than they realize, isn't it? Number 5. The powers were a gift. We've explored the possibility of Elsa having been cursed. But what if it was really a gift? Let's take a look at the story of Sleeping Beauty for a moment. At Princess Aurora's christening, the 3 good fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, each give her a lifelong blessing. She was given the gifts of beauty, song, and of course the ability to withstand perishing under Maleficent's curse. With so many plausible connections throughout the Disney universe, it's possible that fairies attended a celebration of Elsa's birth. What if one of the gifts was Elsa's powers? It could have been a very thoughtful idea that backfired. Or maybe it was part of a plan for Elsa to become a great queen who understood how dangerous the misuse of power can be. It's a thinker, that's for sure. Number 6. Science experiment gone wrong. This one is a little off the wall, but hang in there. Remember, everything is possible, especially in Disney movies. We've seen how evil some of Arendale's neighbors are, haven't we? Prince Hans certainly turned out to be a schemer. Another fan theory going around is that Elsa's mother was subjected to some weird and wacky experiments during her pregnancy. Who did it? Who knows? But like we've already said, it's not unusual for a king and queen to have enemies. Elsa could have been a completely normal baby up until that point. Conspiracy theories like this can be fun to think about, especially as it would introduce a villain that we haven't met yet. Prince Hans was a solid bad guy and all, but if there's an evil puppet master behind the scenes, we're all ready to meet him, aren't we? Number 7. Her aunt is the Snow Queen. Let's go a little bit off the beaten path with this one. The character of Elsa also made an appearance in the popular ABC show Once Upon a Time. The series focused on fairy tale characters living in a modern world thanks to a curse. In this incarnation, Elsa and Anna are the nieces of the Snow Queen, who's based on the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. Although the writers of Once Upon a Time created their own universe that blended the stories of tons of classic Disney characters together, the theory certainly supports the school of thought that Elsa's powers were inherited, not bestowed. It's an interesting twist, and although not a connection we're ever likely to see explored in Frozen, the best theories are often the ones that throw us for a loop, aren't they? Number 8. Her mom ate a magical plant. Remember when eagle-eyed fans spotted Rapunzel and Eugene from Tangled at Elsa's coronation? It's now widely assumed that Rapunzel and Elsa are actually cousins, with some fans believing that the king and queen died on their way to Rapunzel's wedding. Rapunzel got her magical hair powers after her pregnant mother consumed a magical herb that was used to cure her illness. If Rapunzel and Elsa's moms really were sisters, what's to say that the Queen of Arendelle didn't use a magical herb herself? Neither of them may have realized the effects on their children until it was too late. This might also explain why the woodland-dwelling trolls understand the affliction, since a magical plant, as they say, could be used as part of a curse, or in Rapunzel's case, result in a side effect one is born with. Many Disney movies are like a quest to connect the dots, which is part of the charm. Fans love to pore over the clues, and if revealed, this hypothesis would take the crossover potential to a whole new level. Number 9. The stars aligned. When you live in a Disney world, you've got to watch out for a few things. Mad fairies that want you to prick your finger on a spinning wheel, evil stepmothers who send huntsmen after you, crazy voodoo kings who want you to live your life as a frog. Yeah, there is a lot to be wary of. Some fans believe that Elsa just happened to be born at the right date and time. The theory is that she was born on December 21st, which is the winter solstice, which, however improbable, resulted in her getting her powers. Life isn't always easy, and some things just happen for no reason. But regardless of whether magic, fate, accident, or other characters intervening, you just have to roll with what life throws at you. And surviving and thriving in spite of whatever's thrown at her is one of the easiest things to love about Elsa. What do you think? Do these sound plausible? Or do you have a different explanation that we haven't thought of yet? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all of your favorite movies and shows, and if you've liked this video, then give us a thumbs up. We will love you forever. Until next time, thanks for watching.